Okay, listen, I know it's a little bit of a controversial topic to speak about, but I feel like it should be spoken out here on YouTube, on the internet, because I personally haven't seen anyone speaking about it. And before you fry me down in the comments, maybe you will say that I'm jealous myself even. I don't know what you're going to speak in the comments, but if I am making a video on this topic, just know that from this act only, I don't give a about what I'm speaking about. So, for who of you doesn't know, I'm NOFAR, a transgender woman from Tel Aviv, Israel. I make mostly transgender related content here on my YouTube channel, and if that's something that's interesting to you, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get right into today's video. So let me start by saying that since the beginning of my transition, I really thought that I'm going to have like this kind of a sisterhood of trans girls around me, and everyone's going to support each other, and it's going to be wonderful and butterflies and sparkles. But no, it's not like that. Many trans girls are jealous and envious. They're not going to really want to be your friend, more like they're going to want to be you. That's what I noticed. I figured that out pretty quickly after I started my transition, because I stepped into this world of trans woman in my life. When I started my transition, I started to get to know more trans girls, and I really thought in my head that I'm going to have wonderful trans friends that were going to be there for each other. That was like my ideal in my head of how friendship should look like, and until today I think so. But that's not the reality in the trans community sometimes, and that's very unfortunate. I just think that if I could tell my younger self, beware of those certain people, they don't want your best, they just want to be like you, I guess, then I will be able to erase some people from my life quicker. But sometimes you have to learn from experience, and I've learned a lot from that. So, except from my own experience with jealousy and enviousness in the trans community between trans girls, I also see this from the side, other trans girls being envious and jealous towards other trans girls. Girls generally, they can get jealous. So I feel like if you're a trans girl, it's even harder. I think the place that it comes from is that all this thing of being like trans, we're trying so hard sometimes to be woman, definitely more than cis woman. We try, and then it becomes like this kind of a competition. Who's more feminine, who has more boys around her, I don't know what, but that's just how it is. That's the harsh reality. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I feel like the trans community could look much better, be better, stronger, and more fulfilled in life if we will start within ourselves and cut this cycle of viciousness between us and other trans girls. And I still believe in what I believed in when I was in the beginning of my transition, that we do need to be this kind of a sisterhood of trans girls to support each other. But yeah, there is a lot of jealousy in the trans community, and it's very unfortunate. Also, I feel like you don't really have to hear in words when somebody's jealous of you or another person. You can almost sense that. That's what I felt like when I was around jealous people, either towards me or towards other people. I just saw like the jealousy in their speech, in their eyes. I kind of like sensed that. Personally, I'm not jealous, but that's just, I think, like, because the way that I view the world and myself, I know my worth. And I don't come to like say on the internet, wow, I'm so great, I'm so perfect, but like, sorry to disappoint anyone, but I know my worth and I know my place in this world. So that's why I think that I don't need to be jealous, because I've worked on myself so much till I got to this point that I just like don't really care about other people's accomplishments in the way that they can make me feel jealous. If something, they can only do me better. Like, I can look at some very accomplished girl or person generally and like be, wow, they accomplished everything they want in their life, and see maybe one of their goals that they reached, and I want to reach this goal as well. So I'll want to learn from them. I want to maybe ask for advice about their success in that department so that they can help me as well. And I think there is no shame in asking for help or advice if somebody has something that you want to achieve as well. And that's very beautiful, and that's the way to go, I think. Yeah, that's just how I view stuff. But if someone is not healed or haven't gotten to this place with themselves that they just don't feel good enough about themselves, unfortunately, because we don't have much tools in the trans community to help people in that way to really heal ourselves. We really need to remember that when transitioning, it's not only physically, it's also emotionally. We need to feel complete with ourselves. Like, no surgery will help you if you're not complete with yourself, with your being, with your soul. If we work more on that, also on the outside of course, but also on the inside, then it's the perfect recipe to really be supportive of your friends if they achieved something bigger than your achievements. Although I really think there's no bigger achievement than another one. I think every achievement or goal reached is as important as the other one. Even waking up in the morning, saying thank you and going for a walk outside, that's a big achievement as well. So my advice to change the trans community from, I feel like sometimes envious and jealous community, to a more supportive sisterhood community. Like, I imagined that at the beginning of my transition, and still I can see that, and that's kind of like my goal, and I think that's what we really need. I think my advice for that is to feel good about ourselves, do our best, and to view other trans women or people generally goals as something that we can learn from rather than something that we could never achieve. Because sometimes will people, like, not sometimes, every time when someone is envy or jealous about something of other person, they often think that they can never achieve that. But if you come from a place of learning and expanding, then you won't feel anymore that you can't achieve that. You will feel like me, that if this person can do it, like, what's stopping from me having that as well? You know, we're all people. So yeah, I hope I helped you. If you feel like myself or in the other side, just let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that, about jealousy in the trans community, because I think that's a big problem that we should speak more about and solve together. You know, the change comes from within and from us. Take that to anywhere you want. I feel like I never seen any discussion about this topic here on the internet, and I just wanted to open this discussion and a safe space to talk about it, because I feel it should be spoken more about. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and wait for the next videos. There are going to be interesting things in the near future, the very near future actually. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Have a great week, great evening, and great morning. Bye guys, love you.